Hello, it's Miranda again. All right, so we're going to be talking about Kronos and all of the wonderful things it can do. So, this is what your home page looks like. And you can see it's got time card. There are exceptions. If you see any exceptions, you'll want to click on this My Time card and look at those. Sometimes that means a missed punch. When we ask you to view your time card and make sure that everything looks okay and you're not missing any punches, which will be highlighted in red, this is where we're talking about. Just click on this. You can also, instead of using a computer, some people's phones work. It seems to work better on iPhones than Androids, but there are some people with Androids that it works as well. And that's just a part of that OneSource app, which we highly recommend getting because it's got pretty much everything. You can view your pay, PTO, you can put in a preferred self-schedule, everything from your phone, which is pretty cool. So you can also look at your time card from home too. In this middle part, you can see I have 16 requests. Those are requested days off or PTO. So if you're like, did I put in for that vacation in September? I totally forgot. Click into here and it'll show you all of your time off that you've requested and if it's approved or not. So that's kind of where you look at that. Down here in the left-hand corner, you can see Manage My Schedule. So each scheduling window, we will email you saying that it's open. You have, I think, anywhere between 10 to 14 days to build your schedule and get it in before Kronos closes it. This is where you can build your schedule. So you have two options. You can go to Build My Schedule, and I'll show you this option. So this is kind of what it looks like. And our time frame that we're in right now is from June 13th all the way to July 24th, I believe. Yes, so all of these are shifts that are open. And you can see that it's showing me both day and night shift. This trips a lot of people up, so please be sure you're signing up for the right shift. And we always try to double check as well when we're finalizing the schedule that everyone's signed up for the right shift. So some people prefer this view, and you literally can just like click, click, click and hit review, and then there you go, there's your self-schedule. Other people like to do this calendar option. So this is where it'll show you your entire calendar. So you can see I'm working tomorrow. I'm precepting, that's what that PRE means, and I'm working a day shift. All your shifts will be in here, and you can see I have PTO as well as approved. And if I click into anywhere into this calendar, it's going to show you my calendar, and you can go by month view. So this is my calendar for April. And it shows you my requested days off. It shows the times that I was working and my shifts. I can go into May. Oh yeah, I'm like reminding myself that I'm working these shifts, and that's kind of how you can keep track of your shifts. So I'm going to go back to the home, which is this little guy. Now, one other way you can build your schedule is requesting open shifts. In that other view, it said you can view calendar. This is what it'll pull up. So there's really like 3 different avenues to get to the same thing. But I'm more of a visual person, so the calendar really helps me when I'm creating my schedule. So if I'm looking over here, these are all my shifts, but I don't want April. I want June 13th. So you can tell when the period is because look at all these reds. So that red open shift, these are all the shifts still available to sign up for. So when I go through here, I just click this little guy and request self-schedule. Now, if I want to, and I'm like, wait, I want to see what shifts are in here, all you have to do is click that, and you can see the open shifts start popping up. And so here's like a day shift on Tuesday the 15th. And so if I just start clicking them, I can either click multiple, which is what a lot of people like to do in this view, or you can just say request self-schedule for each day. And then at the bottom, you can review and save it that way. And you can see your requests here for any time off in that time frame that you have. So you can do it either way. You can also go up to here and self-schedule through new request, which will bring up this. I'll show you this. This is the other view. So like I said, there are just multiple views of the same thing. So it just depends on how you want to look at it. Either a list, like the previous view, or in a calendar form. And any of these reds are what's open. So let's click into the 16th. Here you can see a day and a night. Since I'm day shift, I would click into here. I can go down here and say, okay, I want to work Thursday the 17th as well. So see, it's saved both. And I can just click through and then hit review and submit. I'm not going to do that right now because I haven't looked at the schedule, honestly, to make my request. But look here, I can also do time off from this view. So while I'm in here and I'm like, oh crap, I totally forgot I have BLS in this time frame on, let's say, June 24th, I can do, these are your three options: time off with PTO, education day, no PTO, and requested day off, no PTO. So the difference here, requested day off, is that I'm going to work around that time block. So I'm still going to meet my FTE. I'm full-time, so I'm 36 hours. I'm still going to meet that. Put me around that time off, so I still meet my FTE. Now, if I hit time off request, that means that I want to use PTO, and I'm not going to meet my FTE. And education day just means like I have a class, I have BLS, ACLS, something like that. And I'll be putting, this also notes to us that I'll be putting in a edit on this edit log to say this was the day and this was what I did on that day and why I punched in and out. Another way to put in time off, if I come back to this main screen, down here at the bottom. So my time off shows up at the bottom right. PTOC, it's just a Kronos glitch, but we don't really use that. But I always go to advanced options, and that gets you all three choices, whereas the other one only gives you the PTO option. So always just hit advanced options. Everyone should have access to that, and you can put that in. Now that was for full and part-time staff who want to put in their self-schedule. Again, that's preferred. So you're telling us what you'd like to work, and we try to adhere to that as much as possible. If you need a day off, you for sure can't work because you're out of town or whatever, you don't have daycare that day, whatever it is, you need to put that in as a time off request over here, down here. Any day that you click as your self-schedule, but you don't request off, that means that we can kind of move you around and you're a little bit flexible, which is what we love. So we can kind of balance out the schedule. So if you definitely need time off, please put it in this My Time Off area. So let's say you're PRN. You have this same looking home page, and under My Calendar, it'll tell you request open shifts. Now, when I was in here earlier, I moved to June, which was the time frame for self-scheduling. But you can see, I can look at next month and see if there's any open shifts. Now, for me, because I'm enterprise, there's probably no open shifts in here, just because of how big our department is and that it's system-wide. But if I was a CNA or a PRN RN, it should have red, just like in the other view, of open shifts, and I could go in and just request them. So the process is basically the same whether you're PRN or if you're full or part-time.